Yesterday I made this video talking about how true freedom requires faith, but I was yapping a lot, so I felt like I want to make another video about it and just try to be more precise and short and concise. Right? The main point that I was trying to make was that basically in life, I think most people right now, people are living their life based on fear without really realizing it. Like they're making all of their decisions kind of with an underlying fear of life, of being free. Like I don't think that most people are really free. What I mean by being free is that you fundamentally are really just doing what you want. You're living the life that you want and making the choices that you just want to make for really no reason. I mean, if you think about the absolute freedom, it would be to get to do whatever you want all the time. And that sounds hedonistic at first, but I don't mean to follow every impulse that you have and just only seek short-term pleasure and just try to avoid all the hard things, because doing what you want at all times doesn't mean that you're always only doing what's easy. But what I really mean is that you're fundamentally not choosing from fear. So, for example, instead of going to the gym because you fear that you're not attractive enough, or that you're gonna get sick or whatever, so kind of this feeling like, okay, I have to go to the gym now. You're just going to the gym because you want to do it, because you feel like, okay, I want to be strong, I want to be attractive. And the thing with that is that can only come from taking this leap of faith to trusting yourself or trusting the world or whatever, that everything is gonna be all right. Because if you don't fundamentally trust, if you don't fundamentally have faith that everything is gonna be okay, or that everything is gonna work out for the best even, then you really cannot trust yourself that like to just be free and to just do whatever you want. I think work is the best example, because work is such a necessity for life, right? So everybody, like not everybody, but the vast majority of people will think, okay, I have to work every day and this amount of time, or I have to get this much done in order to survive. And that's the underlying fear paradigm that I was talking about, rather than working whenever you want and on what you want to work on, because that's just fundamentally what you find meaningful and what fulfills you and so on. So I've mentioned this before, but for me, with making videos, my big transformation to finally making videos at all, but also making videos very consistently, came when I started to embrace this mindset of just doing whatever I want. So it's very ironic, actually, but you cannot fake this. You cannot pretend to be okay with you doing anything, because you will know. So when I feel like playing, I will just play, and when I feel like working, I will just work, you know? I mean, for me to adopt this lifestyle, my whole life had to come crashing down first. And I think that might be I'm not gonna say that's inevitable, but it's a likely thing to happen. But personally, for me, it was a matter of, okay, ultimately, what kind of life do I want to lead? Do I keep wanting to live this life where it's perfect on paper, but then deep down, like, I'm not really feeling fulfilled by it at all. Like, I don't see the meaning in it. And really, I'm just doing all these things almost the whole day so that I can uphold this life that I've built for myself, right? Yeah, so for me, yeah, I had to hit rock bottom because I got burned out from everything. And I mean, I've been depressed for like almost my whole life, like as long as I can think, I've been depressed. And I think the fundamental reason why I'm depressed or have been depressed is this mentality of being in fear rather than living in faith. And I mentioned this before in some other videos, but it's kind of like you're on a treadmill running away from what you don't want. That's the kind of life that most people are living, I feel like. And it just drains you of all the energy. And it's very ironic because you'd think that you have to stay on this treadmill because otherwise your fears will be realized. And maybe that's true, but because, like, you know, rock bottom is kind of that fear, like either that or death, right? And we're trying to avoid that. But yeah, maybe it's not all that bad. And maybe it's kind of necessary for a lot of us who are just trying to keep up with whatever we think life has to be like. And maybe it doesn't have to be like that, where we basically don't get to do the things that we want to do for the majority of the time. So again, of course, there's things that you have to do, and that's just the way it is, and you have to accept that. And in fact, accepting that you're unhappy from time to time is one of the best things you can do for your own happiness, because then you don't feel like there's something wrong with my life, which just because you're unhappy from time to time, like, you know, or like even a lot of the time, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're living the wrong life. But to me personally, this sense of fundamentally living the way I want to live, maybe that's a better way to kind of say what I want to say, rather than doing what you want to do at all times. But living the way you want to live. It's a little bit cold here, so I'm shivering, so sorry if my camera is unstable and stuff like that. You're probably afraid to just do whatever you want, aren't you? Because basically this treadmill of fear is like this kind of structure that we have in our life to say, okay, if I do this and this regularly, like if I keep my life if I keep myself disciplined and I keep this structure in my life, then I can have safety. This is what I'm fundamentally talking about. And the degree to which you can let go of that perceived safety through effort, I think, is the degree to which you have freedom. And that's also the degree to which you have faith. I don't know if I kind of repeated myself, but yeah, the degree to which you have faith is the degree to which you have freedom, and that is the degree to which you are able to let go of efforting as a means to safety. All right? Oh yeah, so one thing that I forgot, which is very important, that I have to add in this video also, is that basically where this fear is coming from is the belief that you're not going to be productive if you don't force yourself to sit down and do productive things. And that is the most ironic thing, because in my experience, I've been trying to convince myself to make videos and stuff, because this is what I really want to do and what I really think is meaningful and productive, and yeah, it just makes sense for my life. But I haven't been doing it until I started realizing this mindset of not forcing myself to do things anymore, and just completely accepting whatever I'm gonna do, whether I'm just gonna be lazy all day or whatever, like, doesn't matter, like, just literally completely accepting it. And the funny thing with that is that as soon as you truly accepted it, you will find that suddenly those addictions that you've had are just falling away because they're not that appealing anymore. They just are what they are. So for me, that was video games. I put it down at some point, like when I was like, I don't know, 17, 18 or something. But even though I put them down and yeah, just removed them from my life because they were like destructive, my relationship with them basically didn't change, in the sense that I couldn't understand, for example, how other people could just play for 1 or 2 hours and then just be done with it. Like for me, it was either I play a lot and then I keep thinking about that and I don't want to do anything else anymore, or I don't play at all and then I kind of get used to life and I can just live like that. Oh my god, I'm shaking. Yeah, but what happened with like as a result of this trusting myself with freedom, really trusting myself with freedom, that's the big thing. Maybe I should make that the title of this video. If you trust yourself with freedom, like with complete freedom, you will find that those bad habits that you've indulged in way too much will lessen a lot, and you will become way more productive towards the things that you really want to be doing with your life. Yeah, and again, I talk about this a bunch in my other videos. It's basically about just accepting and seeing yourself and what you think and feel and believe and stuff as it is, you know, as valid, rather than saying, okay, this doesn't make sense, like you shouldn't feel like the way you're doing, you should be like this and like that, you should be more productive, you should be playing less, or you should distract yourself less and stuff. All of this is just creating pressure that will lead to more bad behavior. So yeah, that's a big ironic thing. Yeah, so I said I was gonna make this a short version of my long yap from yesterday. If you want, you can check that out, but it's like 30 minutes. And I said some more things that are relevant to my points, but yeah, I will just leave it up to you if you want to go watch that or not. Either way, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that it helped you. And yeah, check out my other videos, because I made a few other videos which are kind of explaining similar points. And yeah, I will just end it here. So thank you again, and take care. And leave your questions if you think I can help you with anything, or if you have any thoughts that you want to share, leave them in the comments. I'll always read them. So other than that, take care, and yeah, bye bye.